exactly sure what this tool was originally intended for, but there's a bunch of things I like to do with it, and this is one of them. I also don't know what your personal preference is as far as your soldering technique, and I'm sure that there's going to be at least one Dave, Bob, Karen, whatever the trendy name is right now for the asshole that has to troll around and talk shit because they're not out doing stuff, they're just sitting on their ass in their mom's house talking shit to everybody else who is doing stuff about how they're doing stuff. And I'm okay with that because I don't give a shit. I'm busy conquering this Morgellons thing, not nitpicking my soldering technique. But if I was considering myself a master solderer, I would probably do it the way that you, Mr. Dave or Mrs. Karen, is thinking I should do it in your head right now. I would. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna do it this way because that's the way I want to do it, and it's my life, and I can't. Anyhow, so I'm gonna solder these two together, and then I'm gonna put a hefty amount of electrical tape all throughout it. So that's how I do it. I spread it like a fan, and then I say, "You married as two become one." I know. Fucking corny. And then I twist them around each other as they become one. And then I take my handy dandy mystery tool and I loosely get them to love each other forever and ever. Because if I do it too tight, then it, too much of anything is a bad thing. But it breaks never turns out right. But if I do it kind of loose, if I hold this loosely rather than gripping it super tight, it tends to work a lot better for me. And I try to get it pretty tight. That's what she said. Sorry. This is not a children's radio, or YouTube channel, just so you know. Should have had to push something that says you're 18 or older, and if you lied about it, then I will find you. Oh, that was off of Wedding Crashers, the redhead. I quit watching TV and movies and stuff in 08, so the stuff I do reference now is considered old news. And the way I think about that is, well, I'm older news, so I might as well have old news anyways. And eventually, it'll be back in style, just like me. Sorry, I think I'm an amateur comedian and a semi-professional tattoo artist. Talladega Nights again. When Will Ferrell meets his dad, and his dad says, "I'm an amateur race car driver and a semi-professional tattoo artist." I didn't say I was a professional comedian, and I can't quit my day job. I'm retired, so I can do whatever I want. So once you got that, I have this good gluten tight. I'm going to take the handy dandy solder iron, and I'm going to tin my solder, because I like to, okay? If you don't tin your solder, this is not my problem. You do your solder how you do your solder, okay? And I do my solder how I do my solder. And we let each other love our soldering how we do it, okay? Or I call your mom and tell her that you have been watching Pornhub on her computer. Because Lord knows, if you're judging me right now, you still live with your mom. And not, like, in a good way. Because there's some people that live with their mom to take care of her. And, like, that's super cool. And I don't mean that. I mean, like, you never moved out. Or had, like, a job. Or your own car. Or a girlfriend. Or a boyfriend. And just mooch off at everybody that you know and troll everything on the internet. Because you don't have a life, and you're too scared to get one of your own. So you sit and judge everybody else on theirs because you're scared. And I'm not judging you for that. I'm judging you for judging me, for judging you, for judging me, for judging you. And that's okay. In case you didn't know, it's really fucking hot outside. I'm not acclimated to this heat, so I've lost what little bit of sanity I may or may not have had. Not sure I can confirm or deny either. During my distraction of talking to you, I let my zathers get too hot. And then it would not cool down to take my finger as a zather. It's fucking hot out here, okay? So then it had a section right on the tip that I wouldn't take solder. So I unplugged it, start over. One thing I don't like about this soldering iron is that it does not have an on-off or any mechanism other than plugging and unplugging to turn it off between joints or between when you need it and don't need it. And so I've managed to get it really hot too many times, leaving me in a situation that I don't appreciate with the sanding paper. I typically don't like sanding with I don't like to sand my tip, huh? Oh man. You better be 18 or over, or else you're never gonna, you'll be permanently scarred from this. Alright, then we plug the zapper back in. We get the wire hot. Once we get ourselves adjusted. I do not like this, I Sam. I do not like green eggs and ham. This is very awkward to try to do this and show you and do that and video. Okay, let me come on to some here. Let us see, huh? Maybe no, maybe yes, maybe no, yes, no, yes, yes. Karen says yes, and so does Dave and Bob. Sorry, I wouldn't have known what the hell I was referring to as far as Karen, Dave, and Bob unless somebody would have told me a couple weeks ago that the trendy names for, it's not hot enough now it's not hot enough, the trendy names for referring to somebody that, I don't know, is a jackass, I guess, a troll, I don't know how to explain it, a Bob, a Karen, a Dave, you know the kind. They know everything, but they really know nothing. But if you try to tell them they're wrong, they'll do some dumb shit and say some dumb shit and drive you nuts. And the world's got plenty of those, so don't be one. We don't need it. Go be an original you. Go be I'm sorry, I was trying to get some of that off of there. You be the best version of you can be.